Yo, wait, does this? It's working. Give me a minute. I want to make sure this is actually working. Oh, okay. It works. Welcome back. Did you miss me? It's been like 2 weeks. I've been running around doing a bunch of stuff. I should have made the stream better, but we'll do it on. Well, I'll make time eventually. Anyways, welcome to the 5FI Racing.com channel. You're on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. This will probably be uploaded later. Anyway, regardless, today we have a small little mini series that will be very cool to watch. Before we get into it though, this is our website. This is 5firacing.com. That's 5 the number 5 firacing.com. Once you get here, you can just click on SimGrid to try to join our races. Join us on Discord. If you're on the website, you're probably watching us on Twitch right now or YouTube, either or. Come check us out on Instagram and on Reddit. As we go into SimGrid, we have a new GT2 mini-series where if you'd like to register, it's on the top right. You register, go through the whole process, and you're on your way. It's only, if you're here, it's only 3 races though. So it is a mini-series. It'll still be good fun battles. A warm-up to Season 6. So the rules. I am going to be reading this live with you guys because I am not informed. So I'm gonna lower the volume on the Spotify, on the music tracker just a tiny bit. Okay, so pit stops. So every race, you have 1 pit stop. And there is a pit window now. There is a 20-minute pit window. What does that mean? That as soon as you start the races, there is a timer that goes on. As soon as 20 minutes goes up, the pit window opens. After those 20 minutes are up, pit window is closed. You can pit anytime before then, but it will not clear the pit, if that makes sense. So that is a requirement. You must also take 1 liter of fuel, and there is no fixed fueling time. So you can take, you can go in with quali fuel, and if you can make it before the 20-minute or after the 20-minute pit window opens or whatever, then you'll be golden. But you will be refueling and potentially can suffer. Everything else is pretty much the exact same. Obey yellow flags. Don't be dumb. Obey yellow flags. Basically, don't get penalties. Be nice. That's a code of conduct. Don't be mean, and report your incidents if you feel like something went bad. No, try to be fair. Leave the space. That is the most important part. We don't have standings or anything today, unfortunately. So we will just be going from that to our server. There we go. So quali has just started. We are in Suzuka today. It'll be... we already have a few of our drivers going off-road. GT2, so we got the new cars and 1 new track, but it's not part of the series. Is that Kyle Busch? was off. He has the iconic black and purple. I believe that's Kyle Busch. Let's find out. That was Kyle Busch. And he's just making sure, he's just testing the grip on the tires and the dirt and the grass. I see what he's planning a strategy ahead of time. We'd love to see it. Nonetheless, GT2s, they are new to us. I have driven in the Porsche as Kyle has an insane slide. Save the first one. Unfortunately, cannot save the second one. We'll switch off from him. Not to embarrass him too much. You know, let him get warmed up. We'll watch Max Power here. As what am I doing? 1 second. There we go. The screen was getting crowded. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. While I figure out how to make names pop out. There we go. Power. It's still live? Yes, it is. Well, let me know if you're watching here live. Would you prefer like a little nameplate above the car so you know who we're watching, or the drivers around them? Or would you rather have it like this, where it's pretty much blank, where you just don't know that that's Max Power having a really nice slide showing off in front of the camera? For whatever reason, the front of that car reminds me of a GTR, the Nissan GTR. I know it's not, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for saying that, but the front, I don't know why, it just reminds me of a GTR. Anyway, let's pull up some data here. Get some quality personal best deltas out. We have Max in first place right now. He's sitting at a 203.47. Very fast, very speedy. While we do that, I'll put the nameplates back up on the screen. Until someone gets mad and tells me to turn them off. Check out one of our new drivers, Neil Kerbal. See what cars he's racing in. What kind of car? Oh, that's a KTM. The KTM... There's something about the KTM's front that reminds me of or maybe the whole car. It's very Pagani-esque. If you pull up an image of a Pagani. Or maybe I'm just hallucinating out of my mind, not knowing what cars look like anymore. Nonetheless, we have Albert snagging first. He's in pole position. He's sitting at a 201.912. Very fast compared to second place, Neil Kerbal, who booted out Max Power. Neil is sitting at a 203.177. If my voice gets a little stuffed or whatnot, it's I apologize. I have a sore throat. Nonetheless, I was explaining the GT2s. I had a chance to drive the GT2s over in the Red Bull circuit. the Red Bull Arena, and I was mobbing around in the Porsche. Maybe it was the wrong car choice, but a couple things I did notice. First of all, the brakes are absolutely atrocious. Um, It's absolutely atrocious. It's I'm just I guess I'm too used to the GT3s where you can just it feels like you have an insane amount of stopping power and just can slam on the brakes whenever you want. As we're currently watching Jacob Meyer go around the track. Forgot to announce it before I switched. Was a very cool livery. I don't think anyone has any custom liveries. These are all just liveries pre-built into the game as he goes. And takes a shortcut and didn't go wide. He took a shortcut, definitely, 100%. As he has Bush in front. Jump from Jacob and check out Sam Staples, who is running around the track, entering the last corner, turn 18. So, while we wait for our 3-minute quali, the remaining 3 minutes of the quali left, welcome. This is the mini series. If you just joined us, to the GT2 mini series. It's a small series before the main event of season 6 starts up. Something to keep everybody preoccupied. As we have the Maserati slash GTR right there on screen. Sam Staples. And currently doesn't have a time set up. He is running around in a 203 though, so he's going to be sitting somewhere near the middle of the pack. Jacob Meyer set up a lap, he's sitting at a 207. Brad Tarno set up another lap, he's sitting at a 206. Jeff Kelly is at a 205. Those three are going to be battling it out. I can foresee it. And we're going to have a little mini battle between potentially first and second. And then we have third, fourth, and sixth we're going to be battling if Sam Staples doesn't hit the wall. Unfortunate. Jump from him, let him get his bearings. Let's go to Kyle Busch. I got off track. GT2s. Brakes atrocious. Acceleration crazy insane. At least for the Porsche. It felt like it was a rocket. Handling? I think it's 50-50. It was a love-hate relationship in the Porsche. I'll just leave it at that. It was a love-hate relationship. I didn't like it, but I didn't love it. One thing I do find funny though in the GT2 is pay attention to that massive hood scoops. Or that wouldn't even be a hood scoop. Engine scoop? Air intake. That huge air duct that you can see right on the roof of Kyle Busch. Check out every other car. It's just funny to me. This is if you look at the GT3 version of this Audi, just remove the scoop and GT3. That's what it looks like. If you check out the other car, there's something that just pops out and it just made me laugh a little bit internally. I'm probably just a fool, but you know, it is what it is. We have 23 seconds left in the quali lap. Kyle Busch has enough time to set up one more blazing lap. See if he could beat out Albert. Who else is going to be crossing the line? We have Max Power that we switched to right now. That massive scoop, as you can see there. This will be his last lap around the track. Sam Staples got a 202.947. Very nice. Near Kerbal, right behind him. Very close. 202.995. That's insane. Max Power though, he's 4 tenths, 5 tenths better. He snagged a 205.505. Very impressive. Managed to get second place. Starting up front. As we'll check out Jeff Kelly. He's currently sitting in 6th. He has a blazing fast lap. He's almost a second up on his best time. He is sitting at a 203 and 997. Still stayed in 6th position. Nonetheless, very impressive. I know I would for sure not be hitting these numbers. I will probably be somewhere in the back. As we shall show some of the views. While we are here, it's good to show the track animation. We'll restart this real quick. If we can, hold on, give me 1 second, 1 sec. Or not. Regardless, some information on Suzuka Circuit is there are a total of 18 corners. The track is about 3.61 miles long or 5.81 kilometers long. There's a bunch of tricky corners, mainly the S's. The Dunlop curve can be tricky. The hairpin is actually very nice to get right. This whole track is just a pain if you're not set up correctly. Speaking of which, the ideal setups would be medium to high downforce, medium to hard suspension. Not sure how exactly this will correlate, I guess is a better word. Correlate to the GT2s that we have today. In general, those would be the settings you would want. So medium to high downforce, medium to hard suspension. And the key action areas, as well, switch back to the B-roll. Key action areas would be turns 1, turns 11, turns 13, 15, and 16. These are basically the areas where we're for sure going to be keeping our eyes out, paying a little bit of extra attention on these corners, just because mistakes can happen. I'm not saying I want them to happen, but sometimes those are the areas where mistakes do happen. If mistakes do not happen, those are the areas where we will have the battles emerging, the overtaking opportunities arising, the potential outbreaking your fellow driver next to you. Or a potential spin out if you just can't hit the brakes correctly and slam into the wall, like I've probably done a lot of times in Rebel Circuit with the GT2 in the Porsche. Not saying I did it often, but you know, it can happen. Again, if you just join us, I'm Juan. This is our GT2 mini series. For 5FIRacing.com. Go ahead and give us a follow if you're on Twitch. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. And drop a comment on Twitch or YouTube. Drop a comment now. I'm watching it live. I am monitoring the chat. Anyways, Suzuka Circuit. Not one of my personal favorite tracks. For whatever reason, I was a tiny bit faster than before. I think last season I hit or I snagged second place. Well, not the season that just passed because I wasn't racing on it. I was hosting it, streaming it. But you know what I mean. When season 4. Yeah, I think we were last here and I snagged second place, which was not. I didn't do too bad, but I did not like the track. I don't know why. Overall it's a fun track though. I can't deny it. You have your high speed left-handers, your S's. The one corner I do hate though, and it is part of the key action area. It's turn 13. That will be coming soon, and I will point it out. Not that turn. This is the hairpin that you currently see on the screen. And it didn't show it on the unfortunate. Well, if you look at your left-hand side, if you were looking at the left-hand side, that little section of track was called Spoon and Curve. Those are turns 13 and 14. That is probably the most difficult section of this track, I would say. If you're not careful, you won't hit the wall unless you massively mess up, and then yeah. But you'll go off track and you'll lose a lot of time, and potentially that's if you have a driver right behind you, that's where they'll overtake you. Or if you enter the curve incorrectly and have a terrible exit speed, the person behind you will be able to have an overtaking opportunity. As exiting that corner, you have turn 15, the 130R. It's basically a very, very fast, flat out left-hander if you can manage it. Those are where the overtaking opportunities can arise. Or can happen. One of my favorite turns, though, while we wait for the race to start, and since I have you here, I'm holding you guys hostage, is the hairpin, which it'll eventually show up on the screen. This hairpin, it's exciting. This section right here, it's exciting to get into it because if you can brake and manage to control the brakes correctly and efficiently, you'll be able to maintain so much speed throughout the whole corner and exit very nicely. It sets you up for the next series of corners. So that's turn 11 is the hairpin. So you have turn 12 and turn 13 leading up to the spoon, which is the hardest corner. Very important corner right there, the hairpin. You overshoot it, you'll be going extremely wide, and the person behind you will easily take that chance to overtake you and call it a day. So I hope you I hope everyone here is doing a fantastic having a fantastic day. Hopefully my voice can hold up for the hour-long race that we're going to be having today. Not on my end, but I guess it's worthwhile to keep you guys updated as to what's going on. It's looking like we have another quali lap. Not sure if this quali lap is actually going to hold up or whatnot. Let me see what's going on here before I actually change the screen and go. Well, yo, what's up, Chris? Why ain't you here, man? You don't wanna show up Brad Tarno how to drive the GT2s? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the stream. Hope you enjoy it. I will transition I guess I'm not sure if this is if Quali is restarting. Maybe there was a small hiccup in the server or something temporary. A bug happened. Currently we're with Neil as he goes around. We're taking a break. And Chris said he's taking a break. Always good to watch the stream. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Take that earned break. Oh, dude. Oh, man. You got me curious. What did Nacho Apex get? What team position did you guys end in? Did you guys get P3 or 4? You guys had to have finished up there. I'll find out. I'll find out later. But yeah, thank you for watching the stream. Enjoy. Hopefully you won't get bothered or annoyed by my soothing angelic voice as we'll switch to max power. Check out what he's doing. Ended up P6. Not too bad though. Not too bad. For whatever reason, there we go. We got data, some data. We have Sam Staples completing a lap. His best currently the 216. I'm not sure why it's not registering and just dropping him in P1 while everyone else gets a better positioning. Nonetheless, we'll switch to another one on our drivers. Brad Tarnow. Check him out, see how he does. As he's in the AMG today. And Trackalicious, welcome! How you doing? Glad to have you here. Surprised to have you here. Got me all nervous now. As Tarno is crossing the start-finish line, he's going to be heading into the first turn. Hard under the brakes. Gotta be careful not to go too wide. Also gotta be careful not to get too happy and eager on the accelerator, because then you'll spin off very quickly. As Neil put on a very fast lap, he's currently sitting in P1 at a 2:02.175. Very nice. Kyle Busch put up a lap. He's at a 2:03.242. Jacob Meyer, he's in P3 right now, 2:08. And everyone else is putting on their laps. Max Power, 2:02.400. Here to support my boy Curvo. Let's go. No worries, no worries. Tracklicious, we love the lurkers here. 100%. And nice. We'll check out Neil for a bit since we're here and want to support him. See how he does as he enters the casino triangle, turns 16, 17, and 18. Some very tricky corners right here. If the best way you can go through that section is you have to mount the curbs. It's the difficult section scenario. The hard thing to do on that section is actually mounting the curbs though, because if you mount it just a tad bit in fast or get the angle wrong or one you can invalidate your lap, or you'll upset the balance of the car extremely bad and it'll just send you into who knows where. Preferably the grass and not the wall. I know from experience. As Neo actually got a faster lap now, he's sitting at a 2:01.830. Very nice, very fast. We'll go from him and check out Sam Staples, a fellow Maserati driver. That the front looks like a GTR. I'm going to stick with that statement. It straight up looks like a GTR from the front. That's a GTR. Anyway, he crosses the start-finish line, and I believe he improved on his time. He has a 2:02.325. Kyle Busch set up a very fast lap. He's sitting at a 2:01.912. Almost took P1 from Neil, who's currently sitting at a 2:01.830. Very, very nice. We'll go from Sam and check out Jeff. See how the other Maserati driver is doing. As he is exiting Dunlop curb. Going Degner curve. A very, very quick right-hander. Followed by turn 9, another right-hander there where you have to brake even harder. As he's now entering the hairpin, one of the difficult corners, but if you get it right, it's very satisfying. Jeff Kelly currently sitting in P5. He's running around with a 204, 215. It's looking like a bunch of our drivers this quali lap, or this time around, are putting faster times at least, or it's looking like they are. I could be wrong. My hunch is that it's happening. We'll jump from him and check up Jacob, who is about a second and a half up on his time. I probably jinxed it because he lost about 4/10 off it. And nonetheless, he's going to improve his time by a lot. He definitely improved this time. He's sitting in P7 at a 207.222. Very nice, very nice. Albert, though, hasn't set up a time. I'm not sure why. Or maybe just trying to keep everybody in suspense. He still has plenty of time left. There's a minute and 40 seconds left in the quali lap to go. Definitely. We need to see a show. 100%. It's one of the that was one of the comments on our Twitch. Said by I believe this is Zach. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna go by their Twitch username, Kingwees. He said, "What's up, friends? Let's see a show. 100%. Let's see a show." As Albert is entering and exiting the casino triangle, let's see what position he ends up in. I am predicting he is going to take P2. Well, I predicted horribly. That was probably a invalidated lap or a warm-up lap, and nonetheless, the last lap at least that he got from me, since I have the data in front of me, is a 202.545. Pretty much drops him in between P4 P5, so he would be taking P5. We'll see if he can improve on his time a tad bit as he exits Dagna Curve, leaves turn 9. Turn 10 is basically a very small right-hand kink right there into the hairpin, turn 11. Seems that no one else... I'm mistaken, Jeff Kelly has actually improved his time. He's sitting at a 203. 492. Very nice. Yeah. And Zach says, "Yes, sir, it is the Roach." Welcome. Glad to have you here on the stream. If it's any consolation, you're my favorite Roach. I will always love to have you around over here. Everyone else might try to swat you and be annoyed of your presence, always being right behind them in their bumper, trying to intimidate them, but not here in the stream. Or even when I'm driving around you, it's very fun. It's a lot of fun. As Albert is crossing the start-finish line, he takes P1. Impressive. He sits at a 201.440. Don't think anyone. I lied. Nope. I didn't lie. I can't get out of that screen. Whack. Anyway, this is the long pause that we had. Hopefully there won't be any more issues or errors. More Zach, I salute you too. While we wait, I don't think I have any more stories to tell in ACC or the track. I'm actually drawing a blank on what to do or what to say. We might as well go over the track one more time. So we're in Suzuka today. This is our track walk. There's 18 total corners. Track is about 3.61 miles long, which is 5.8 kilometers long. There are a total of 18 corners. Next corner coming up is the hairpin. And then spoon curve right here. Yeah, the 130R, the very quick left-hander, followed by the casino triangle. I could just repeat myself, I don't mind. One of the hardest corners in this actual track would be, I would consider it to be spoon curve. If you look at the map right here, it's the very left-hand side, right before the straightaway over the 130R. And the S's can be tricky to get as well. Just cause if you don't set up your positioning correctly, as soon as you mess up once, it's very hard to recover for the next series of corners. So it's decently important to make sure you get the S curves spot on, or try to be as spot as possible there and to your pace. As we'll switch to the B-roll. Enjoy the elevator music over here. Well, if you just joined us, welcome. This is the 5FIRacing.com channel. And currently, we are having technical difficulties in the actual race itself. It seems that someone dropped a lot of oil on the track, we will say. And the track marshals are currently cleaning it up. Nonetheless, while we have this technical difficulty and it gets sorted out, I will be here momentarily. Do not fret, do not worry. I will be in your ear. Talking my life away. Talking my heart out. You'll probably get so bored of me. Of just the randomness that I will be saying that you would just mute me. Which is a-okay. Until the race starts, then it's illegally required for me to become unmuted and for you to listen to me and just put up with it. Don't quote me on that. Well, welcome. While we are here and the server, the oil gets cleaned up off the track, I might as well take you back. And oh my god, what was I gonna do? This is the 5fi-racing.com website. That's the number 5 fi-racing.com. As soon as you type that in the search bar, press enter, it'll take you here. From here, you can go on SimGrid, Discord, Twitch, which you're probably watching on, or YouTube, which gets uploaded later. You can follow us on Instagram. Check out some of our cool shots there. Check us out on Reddit. You go into SimGrid though. Click on this link right here, the GT2 Championship, Season 1. It's our small mini series. We have 3 races. Not a lot, but that's enough. Before I go ahead, you can register in the top right. I'll click on it and give you a demonstration what it looks like. You can just select the class, select the card, your car number, set as many reminders as you want, agree, and then register. Very quick, very easy. That's all you need to be able to race with us and have fun. The rules. So every race, there has to be one mandatory pit stop. Excuse me. There has to be one mandatory pit stop, and you have to take a minimum of 1 liter of fuel. There is no fixed refueling time. If you remember in Season 5 of the Founder Series, there was I believe it was 15 seconds mandatory pit timer where you had to stay in the pits. Or it might have been 25. 25, I believe it was 25. This time, there is no refueling time. There is no minimum time that you can be in the pits. You can just splash and dash, take that 1 liter of fuel and get out of the pits, or you can stay as long as you like. The one thing that is new, though, is there is a pit window. There's a 20-minute pit window. This means that as soon as a race starts, you would have to wait 20 minutes before the pit window opens. After the pit window opens, you have 20 minutes from that pit window to take your pit before it ends up being closed. So yeah, you can obviously, or maybe not so obviously, you can pit before or after. It's totally allowed, but it will not clear your pit window. That is right here. If you like to read it, it's highlighted on the screen. Everything else here, we have yellow flag compliance. Obey the yellow flags. Don't be crazy. Penalties. Penalties are bad. Don't get penalties. Finish the race. Serve your penalties. Code of conduct. There we go. Code of conduct. Play nice, be nice, leave the space. You can rub elbows. You can maybe not punch a driver. You can drive right next to them. Push them a little bit. It's a-okay as long as it's not crazy. Which leads us to our incident reporting. If you do feel that a driver has unfairly sent you to the Shadow Realm, by all means report it. Let us know. We'll review it. Not me personally, but someone will. Someone will. Wow. Since that is done, you can give me a couple seconds to figure out where everyone's at. probably be here with the music so you guys can jam out. So we are back. Currently viewing Jacob Meyer in the Audi. Sitting in the pits. If you are here, we had some technical difficulties. This is the third quali. Oh, it says quali at least. There's 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the quali. Currently, we're watching Kyle Busch go around the track. I'm not sure if or if any of the other period qualies are going to be counted. Nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see what happens. So we see Kyle Busch have a nice drift, nice and controlled. We love to see it. Who's behind him? Jeff Kelly. We'll switch to him if our cameraman can get his act together. There we go. Jeff Kelly. In the GTR. I mean Maserati. Looks to be getting his bearings in. Slow down just a bit. Gave some distance between him and Kyle Busch. Or they're just warming up his tires. So we'll go from him and check out Sam Staples, who is crossing the start-finish line. Right behind them we have Albert. Very close. Sam puts a 2:03.945. Puts him in P1. No one else has put up a lap yet. With no minutes left in quali, this will be everyone's last time. Well, okay. Well, the timer hit 0. Quali is over. Hell yeah. Uh-huh. Just switch to a quick track animation while we go through the Esker, Dunlop, Degner, the hairpin. spoon curve. The back straight is what I'm going to be calling this right here. Huge straight section. The 130R. Triangle. I am at a loss of words. I don't know. Don't know what to actually say here. I wasn't expecting to to hold all of us up for so long. Technical difficulties. Alrighty. So we have a race. I mean, I guess it's worth just noting this isn't the typical positioning our drivers would normally get, just because no one really put a quality time except Sam Staples here. We took the opportunity to practice a bit along the track and set up some laps or set up a time. Nonetheless, we have Sam Staples in P1. That's not to disregard that he is in P1, and Jacob Meyer, he is in P2. We'd love to see it. Kyle Busch is going to be gunning for those positions, though. He's in P3. He's eagerly waiting to for the green light to be, for the green flag to be waved, so he can go on and snag those positions as fast as possible. Jeff Kelly, though, he's right next to Kyle. He's going to be trying to deny that from happening. Going to try to get in front of Kyle. 100% is going to happen. I can see it. I can foresee it. He's sitting in P4. Neil Kerbal, he's sitting in P5. 100%. He's going to try to deny Albert, who's sitting in P6. Going to deny Albert from overtaking him and gaining any positions, Max Power, though, P7. The fight between him and Brad Tarno, who is going to want to try to get past all drivers in the grid, is going to be very heated. As our driver starts to get lined up, it'll be interesting to see what exactly happens in the grid. Meyer is sitting in the pits for whatever reason, unfortunately. Unknown why the green flag, the green lights are about to be lit up, waved around. Green light, green light. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The race is on. Everyone's going to be hard on the brakes so far. Hopefully we get no incidents. Kyle Busch tries to make a move happen on the inside. Almost has an accident occurring. Touches the wall ever so So brief. He's going to be heading back on the track very quickly, though. Sam Staples, though, not bothered by the accident or the incident that happened. Neo Kerbal managed to overtake so many drivers. He is on a roll right now. He went from what was P6 now to P2 on that just one corner. Very nice. He's going to be gunning for Sam Staples' position. As we see the rest of the grid. Going to quickly go out from these two and see... Okay, the rest of the guys are coming up. We're checking out Brad Arnold very quickly. I'm going to be jumping around a lot of these drivers the first couple laps. Looks like Sam is not getting the best exit out of that. This is going to allow Neil Kerbal to take advantage of that slipstream and try to get ever so close as they're going to be heading into the very quick left-hander, the 130R. Following the casino triangle, hard on the brakes, Sam goes. Neil Kerbal right behind him. A little bit of traction issues I can see from Sam coming out of that corner. Nonetheless, though, he is holding his own. Neo is very close behind him. That's max power sets the fastest lap at a 2:11 out of everyone on the grid. The fastest clean lap, I should say. Sam is building a bit of distance in the S's against Neo. Not sure if Neo is just giving him the space. Staying within striking distance, hoping Staples makes a mistake of some sort. I changed my mind, and that Maserati kind of gives me some Mitsubishi Eclipse vibes now. Not a GTR anymore. Nonetheless, Albert is in P3 now. He managed to outdrive everyone on the grid. He's going to be coming up very quickly against Neo and Sam. Kerbal still on the attack. Getting very close to Sam and not letting him have too much of a breather as Sam goes... Looked to have almost gone a bit wide. Has a bit of a slide. Bit of an issue there. This is the opportunity that Neo 100% needs or wanted. Going to be taking all of that slipstream. Wondering if he's going to be able to make the move after the 130R, this quick left-hander in the casino triangle. As Sam goes hard on the brakes, a little bit on the dirt. Both drivers mounting the curves nicely. Neo trying to get close, just trying to stick his head in the front door. And Sam Staples going on the defense, trying to avoid giving him as much slipstream as possible. As they go into turn 1, turn 2. Sam, a little bit of a slide. Not too many mistakes being shown by Sam here. Very, very nicely done as well. Switch over to the passenger seat with Neo. He's getting very, very, very close to Sam. Trying to put on the extra pressure. At least put on as much pressure as possible before Albert, who is right behind him, gets any closer and starts to make this battle into a three-way. Behind them, and not too far though, is Jeff Kelly, who, if this battle keeps going on for some time, this will allow the rest of the grid to potentially catch up as the the pace will be suffering from these driver, the top guys. As they head into Spoon Curve. Hopefully no traction issues arise. And Neil almost having a little bit of an incident there, slipping and sliding just a tad bit. Able to maintain control, that's what we love to see. As they head into the Casino Triangle, turns 16, 17, and 18. So far, Sam is holding on onto the P1 position. Neil Kerbo in second. Albert Tranchisi getting closer and closer lap by lap. Currently sitting in P3. We're gonna switch from these two drivers and check out Kyle Busch momentarily as he is getting very, very close to Brad Tarno. Will he be able to make the move happen in turn 1? Not yet. He is trying to stick his head in there though. Trying to throw out Brad a bit. We're gonna switch from these two and check out the battle for P1. As Neil is getting ever so close to Staples. Currently entering turn 10, turn 11, the hairpin. So for the Maserati holding up the KTM boys. Using all of the track to get any bit of advantage that he possibly can. As they head into the Spoon Curve. Sam and Kerbo get a little bit of a tap. Tranchisi is involved in it just at the end bit of it. An unfortunate incident is played out. We'll go check out Sam. We'll go from Sam and check out the top guys. We see Jeff Kelly in the back go a little bit too wide. Albert able to seize the opportunity during that small scuffle between Kerbo and Staples to jump from P3 to P1. An unfortunate incident with Neil and Staples. Nonetheless, though, Neil is not backing down from Albert Tranchisi. He's applying all the pressure he can. It'll be interesting to see what exactly happens for the remainder of the race, or more interestingly enough, it'll be interesting to see when they're going to pit, when the pit window opens. As they're entering turn 9. Neil staying right behind him, not letting Albert a moment to breathe. Hard on the brakes, closing that gap. A potential battle will be brewing between Sam Staples and Jeff Kelly. "100% tracklicious." That was crazy. I agree. Albert currently pulling just a tad bit, trying to get away from Kerbal as they head into the Casino Triangle. Interesting to see Albert avoiding the curb, the first set of curb. Normally I would see everybody pretty much mounting all of the curb as he sets the fastest lap at a 2:02.620. And I believe Sam might have had a bit too much damage. Well, as well jump to him and check him out for a bit. He is currently going in the pits. He must have suffered a bunch of damage that he didn't like for whatever reason. Or he's leaving the pits now. For whatever reason. I'm not sure. He might have entered the pits accidentally. As we just missed a moment with Neil Kerbal that will go back just a quick couple seconds. I believe did he have a slide here? We're currently viewing the replay. Oh no, it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. I just saw a bunch of dirt. Just a bunch of a cloud of dirt just pile up as we're now into the live view. I thought Neil had a incident of some sort. Kyle Busch is having an incident of some sort. Where is he? He had a yellow flag. Currently a white flag now. Has a bit of damage. Probably from the incident in turn 1. In the beginning of the race. Nonetheless, he is sitting in P4. We'll check out the other drivers as they go around. The next closest battle besides Tranquezy and Kerbal is Staples and Meyer. We'll jump onto them right now as Staples has a bit of an issue. Coming out of Spoon Curb. This could be the opportunity that Meyer needs to close the gap ever so slightly. As they both enter the 0130R heading into the Casino Triangle. Why have I been saying casino? Casio. I've been putting a random N in that word for the longest time. For no random reason. Nonetheless. Jacob is losing a bit of time against Staples. Well, let these two battle it out in the off screen. Maybe Meyer will make some magic happen to come. As we'll jump from Staples to Jeff Kelly. Currently sitting in P3. Pretty much all up on his own. A bunch of our drivers are actually going to, or are starting to get a split up from the pack. It's going to seem like a Sunday drive very, very soon. I must say that Maserati sounds very nice though. I'll just leave you here for a couple seconds while we jump in the passenger seat with Jeff Kelly as we can hear the engine roar. It's, oh my god, this camera angle is atrocious. How do you see off of this? Well, this view is better. We'll go back from him and check out the top drivers right now. Kerbal losing the distance, or not closing the distance against Tranquezy, who's currently sitting in P1. He is roughly almost 3 seconds away from Tranchisi. Kerbo is. This, however, even though he is not closing the gap at this current moment, he is still within striking distance if Tranchisi makes a mistake of any sorts. Most likely going to be happening around Spoon, as the those two corners are fairly difficult to get correctly or get right. If you get too hard on the throttle too early, you'll have a big slide. If you mount the curb the wrong way or just in the wrong angle, 100% you'll get into a massive slide. Albert, though, looks like he's finding his groove. He's settling in for the long haul. Or maybe Neil is playing into the strategy and he's saving his tires for the end of the race, where maybe Albert right here is using up all of the tires. It'll be interesting to see what exactly happens or how this plays out. We'll jump from Neil Kerbal and check out Brad Tarno, as he's currently just finished his lap. Just crossed the start-finish line. Right behind him, Sam Staples is catching up. The battle for P5 will be happening within the next couple of laps. Maybe earlier if Brad doesn't recover good enough. Like I said in the beginning, if you were here early enough, ladies and gentlemen, these are the S's that Brad is going through, the S curves. Right now he's entering and exiting the Dunlop curve. Nonetheless, if you mess up a section on the S's, it's very hard to recover from that and get the remaining lines or the remaining curves down correctly. As he's exiting turn 9. Going to be approaching the hairpin turn very soon. Sam Staples currently roughly 4.5 seconds behind Brad. I predict he'll be at Brad's doorstep within 3 laps, I would say. So this battle is simmering, is going to be hitting a boiling point very, very soon. Then we'll be here to capture it live. But until that happens, we're gonna go check out Kyle Busch as he goes extremely wide coming out of the 130R. A very fast left-hander. Manages to slow down and stay controlled though through Castillo Triangle, turn 16 through 18. So far he's sitting in P4. No one really around him for him to defend or push for an attack. It's not to say he should be lax and slow his pace, because I'm pretty sure any one of our drivers below him would gladly take the opportunity to get into a tussle and claim that position. As we'll check out Jacob Myers, see what he's doing, how he's doing, where he's at. Currently sitting in P7. Going through the S's very safe. I think that's the best word to use. Not trying to get out of control and stay in control of the car. as we'll jump from him and check out Max Power. See where he's at on the track, how he's doing. Where is he? He's in the S curves. Leaving the Dunlop curve. He's currently sitting in P8. Not sure what happened, as we'll jump from him and check out Jacob Meyer, who had a yellow flag under his name, but must have just slowed down a tad bit or had a small incident or small mistake that didn't cost him too much time. We'll go back to check out Max Power real quick. Where is he on track? He's entering Spoon curve. Turns 13 and 14. Using all of the track. He's roughly 24 seconds behind Jacob Meyer. I'm not sure if he's gaining or if he's losing any pace. Nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on him to see if he gets into a fight for P7 with Jacob. Pit window is open though, I believe. So any one of our drivers, if they so choose, they can go take a pit. As we'll jump from these two and check out the battle for P5. Currently viewing Brad Tarnow's tail cam. Sam Staples is getting very, very close. He is closing the gap fairly quickly. I believe this is the third lap, and he has a little slide there. Manages to control it, not losing much time. They now enter Spoon. Brad looking like he had a not so great exit coming out of Spoon. Lost a bunch of time. Almost went defensive there. Went back into the racing line for the 130R, the very quick left-hand turn. And they now enter the Casio triangle. Sam Staples though closing the gap very, very quickly. Actually manages to overtake Brad. Brad having a mistake, going a bit too wide. What just happened? Brad reclaims the position. Let's go back in time and actually see what's going on. Not quite sure why the position was given up there. It looks like Brad gave the position up to Sam, and Sam gave it right back for some reason, as we're now back into the live view. The questionable battle for P5 is still raging on. Yeah. Well, they're in the hairpin. Brad is still going to have to defend against Sam. Maybe Sam didn't like the way Brad gave up the position and he gave it right back to make the fight even and fair. Make it feel like he actually earned the right to claim P5 instead of just being given P5. Who knows? We will find out for the next race, ladies and gentlemen, in our race recap. See exactly what happens. As both our drivers enter the 130R. as Brad hits the bump aggressively, unsettles the car. Sam just staying right behind him, not pushing for the attack, and just seeing what exactly Brad is going to do if he lost control again, so he doesn't get involved into an incident. That's what it appeared to have happened. Sam has an insane slide there. I would switch to the camera for Sam, but I believe his camera view is absolutely atrocious. His passenger seat, well, yeah, it's, oh my, what is this? Instead, we will go to his bumper view as they exit Dunlop Curve and are going to be entering turn 8. As they have an incident, Sam makes contact with Brad. Brad still trying to maintain control of his vehicle, or trying to get control back. He manages to get control back. Let's check out that incident from a different perspective. Oh, Sam just entered a lot faster than what Brad did. We're currently viewing the replay right now. An unfortunate incident playing out right here. As we go back to the live view, Brad currently sitting in P6. Brad in P6, Sam Staples in P5. Not sure if he will give up the position as he got it due to an incident, but nonetheless, Brad has the opportunity to reclaim his position from Sam. Maybe bump him back. With love though, with love. As Sam enters the pits, going to be clearing his oh, what is the word? Oh my lord. As we go back to Albert, his pit, he's going to be clearing his pit. Is that the phrase that I'm just looking for? Is that really just it? Nonetheless, if we go back into the screen, or if you look in the screen right now, I set up the windows to see who exactly hit their pit. Max Power has already pit once. Sam Staple is currently pitting. I am pretty sure Max hasn't cleared his pit. It won't show on my end. Nonetheless, these drivers will have to pit unless somehow the rules were changed unknowingly to me, in which case no one needs to clear their pit. So, something will be scuffed. It's either me or them, and we will find out after the race. Nonetheless, Albert, it looks like he is having a Sunday cruise. Neo not too far behind. Both KTM boys leading the race, leading the pack. As he's exiting the S-curves. Entering and exiting Dunlop curve. So far, very smooth, consistent driving by both Tranquisi and Neil Kerbal. Neil getting ever so slightly further and further away from Albert Tranquisi. Currently sitting at around a 5.5 second gap from the lead. All it takes is one big mistake from Mr. Tranquisi, which we have seen before in Season 5. And the battle can be brought back to life the battle for P1 can emerge. We'll let this just simmer down, or we'll let this see if it hits a boiling point. As he enters the Castillo triangle, mounting the curbs, mounting the other curbs. As Albert goes to take his pit, Neo staying on the outside. Will be interesting to see if Albert takes a splash and dash. We'll stay here for a little bit. See exactly what he does. He's either taking fuel, fixing damage, or changing his tires. Interesting. As well. Jump back to Neo. It will be interesting to see when and where Neo decides to hit, and what strategy will he be using. Will he taking that splash and dash, just going in for his 1 liter of fuel requirement and moving on from there, or will he actually go and take some tires? It'll be interesting to see, would the tires be actually worth it for Suzuka? I am going to lean more toward the side of yes. Suzuka not friendly on your tires. They can get toasted fairly quickly. Especially in this race being an hour long. We're currently 27 minutes, 25 seconds in. The pit window will be closing in 7-ish minutes. I do believe a lot of our drivers still need to complete the pit. Not sure if they know or if they're just going to do it all last minute, but it will be interesting to see what exactly happens and how that happens. As we'll jump from Neo, currently sitting in P1, leading the race, to Jeff Kelly, who's currently sitting in P2. As he exits the CO triangle, heading the front straight, finishing the lap. Enters turn 1, which looked to be calm, I guess is the right word to use. Not sure. Right behind him though, Kyle Busch is coming back, trying to claim that position. Trying to tell me off and not breaking the streamer's curse to life, where I said Jeff Kelly would deny Kyle the position, which he has done. A little bit of a mistake coming out of turn 9 there. No harm, no foul. Not too much time lost. As well, jump from Kyle Busch and give Jacob Meyer a bit of spotlight as he's leaving the S curves, entering Dunlop curve. I think out of paint schemes or paint jobs, the one that stands out to me the most is Jacob Myers. As he's going a lot wide. Max Power going to be seizing the opportunity 100% and get as close as possible as you can to Jacob. Jacob looking to have gone just a tad bit wide in the hairpin as well. He hits that curve aggressively as well. Not a great series of corners for Jacob Meyer here, who is now being pressured against max power. The battle for P6 is raging on. Luckily though, it looks like Jacob Meyer got a decent exit at least. Max Power though getting an even better exit, closing the gap very, very quickly as they head into the 130R. The gap closed even more. And very nice overtake by Max Power in the 130R. Able to use the speed that he gained to his advantage and the slight mistake that Jacob Meyer made entering that corner. Very nicely done. As we'll jump from these two to Brad Tarno, who is going to have to start picking up the pace, you can say, just a tad bit. As Max Power is coming for that position for P5. My prediction is a Max Power versus Brad Tarno. I'm gonna give it 2 laps. Jacob Meyer has a yellow flag of some sorts. Big incident. We'll go back a couple of seconds and see what exactly happened while he recovers and goes back on track. Oh, just missed his braking marker outright. Broke up a tad bit too late. And then just got a little happy with the throttle, which ended up going back on the track facing the wrong way. Both mistakes that I have made, I've been there and done that. Don't worry, Jacob Meyer. I feel your pain. I understand. That's we'll jump from him and check out who shall we check out? We'll check out Neil Kerbal, who is still leading the pack. He's currently in P1. Pit window is closing in 1 minute and 20 seconds. I don't think half of our racers have taken their pit stops. Only Albert Tranchisi, Max Power, and Sam Staples are showing as their pit stop requirement filled. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if our drivers know they're supposed to take a pit stop, or maybe I am just malinformed and the rules are wrong. Which is a big yikes. Not something normally that you would see. Nonetheless, we're gonna completely ignore that fact and focus on the racing. We're going to go to the battle for P6 between Max Power. Sorry, P5 between Max Power and Brad Tarno. It has been 2 laps. My prediction was correct. Max is going to be pressuring Brad very, very soon, or very quickly. Trying to force Brad into making a mistake. Get a little antsy on the throttle, or as they head into the 130R. Quick left-hander. Hard on the brakes into the Castillo triangle. Brad going a tad bit wide of turn 1. Not sure if wow. Huh? Not sure what exactly is going on, as the same thing that I believe happened with Brad and Staples happened here. Brad went a little wide and stuck to the outside and gave an easy pass to Max Power. Max Power, though, not liking that for reasons unknown to me, and gives the position back. Probably wants to claim the position the proper way with a good old fight for that position, as he's very, very close to Brad as they're heading out of turn 8 Degner curve into turn 9. The hairpin curve is probably the position where Max Power is going to try to sneak in and claim it. Brad on the defense, though, securing the inside line. Not letting that advantage be taken by Max Power. As they head into Spoon Curve. Max still right on him, using all of the track. Trying to get as much speed as possible out of those corners. It looks like he might actually have done it. He is not getting through. No way. I thought he had the speed to overtake. It looks like not. Brad decides to just let him by, though. Max probably outbreaking himself. And unfortunately allowing Brad to reclaim the position. The battle for now P4 as Kyle Busch has entered the pits. As Tarno gives the position up to Max. Max finally just securing P4 and potentially now will be starting to run away. Is starting to run away, barring any other mistakes happening here. As it looked like plenty of mistakes were being made during those series of corners. Nonetheless, though, if we're counting pit stops taken or committed, maybe the pit window wasn't set up correctly for this race, as technical difficulties were on the track, or were made. Nonetheless, I guess if we're just counting pit stops, we only need Brad to take a pit, Kelly and Kerbal. Hopefully they take their pit soon, and they don't get penalized or disqualified for that. Well, go back to Neil, who is that? I believe Sam Staples is right behind him. Not a battle for positioning, as Neo is in first and Sam is in sixth position. And nonetheless, it'll be fun to see a little battle emerge from these. Neo currently sitting in P1. Albert having to pit and clear his pit window. Albert currently sitting in P3, roughly 13 seconds behind Neil. Wait, sorry, not 13 seconds behind Neil. Way longer, way more. More like 53 seconds behind Neil. My apologies. Neil doing an outstanding job to keep the gap that he's had from the pit stop that Albert took. As we check out Sam for a bit. Who has Neil right within his sights. As he crosses the start-finish line. His best current lap is a 2:02. 6:42. Last lap being a 2:03.802. Decent pace. Actually having a faster pace compared to Neil Kerbal, who a faster overall pace compared to Neil Kerbal. Shockingly or amazingly enough. Neil's sitting at a 2:04 as his last lap, and it has a best lap as a 2:03. So we'll jump from these two. Sam potentially closing the gap ever so slightly to jump to Jeff Kelly. Kyle Busch still sitting in the pits though. Quickly jump to him and go back to Jeff. He's actually been sitting here for quite some time. Not sure what's going on. As well, jump back to Jeff. Who is entering the hairpin. Hard on the brakes. All of the inside. Most of the outside of the track use. As he clears a spoon curve. Everyone is again right apart. At this current moment, we will be just jumping from driver to driver, potentially picking up an incident here or an incident there. As Jeff Kelly enters the Castillo Triangle. Exits it very nicely. Current lap is a 2:05.9, and his best lap is spinning around the same at a 2:05.3. Appears to not be pushing as hard as he was in quali. Probably running a safer setup just to run consistency and not spin out during this hour-long stint. Let's jump from him and check out. We'll just go down the grid and check out Albert, who is currently sitting in P3. Our other KTM boy here. Looking fairly controlled and not making many mistakes, at least to my eye. Trying to catch up to Neil, definitely, though he has cut about 5 seconds to catch up to at least Jeff Kelly. With 8 minutes left in the race, though. And Neil and Jeff not having a pit, if they don't take their pit, it might be... This might be where Albert remains. It's hard to say. Nonetheless, we'll jump from Albert, who has a very nice lap. Not many mistakes at all that I've seen, or that I saw. We'll jump from him to Max Power, who's currently sitting in P4. Going around, heading towards Spoon Curve. Turns 13 and 14. I can never seem to get these corners correctly. The times that I do are the best. He's racing down the back straight, heading into the 130R. A very fast left-hander. Pretty much gonna take it flat out if you can manage. And now he enters the Casino corner. A Casino triangle. A very nice lap, or end of the lap for Max Power. As we'll jump from him and check out Brad Tarno. Sam Staples right behind him. A potential battle for P5. Was a potential battle for P5. Brad Tarno just being a gentleman this whole race and saying, "You caught me. You're way faster than me. Just take the position and leave me alone." Or maybe he's trying to follow some line and get some ideas or some strategy as to how he should take corners, and that is not the right way to take the S-curves. Unfortunately, we went a little bit off-road, probably checking to make sure the grass was mowed. As he's now entering turn 8, the Degner curve. A little wide, turn 9. Better. We'll jump from him to Sam Staples, who is now in P5. Had an unfortunate incident between him and Neo, if our cameraman can focus correctly, towards the more or less the beginning of the race. How did Neo get such a lead? At Tracklicious said or asked. Actually go to Neon. There we go. Now we'll go to Neo. Check him out. He got this lead because Albert had to pit, or went to go pit. As now Neo is going to be clearing his pit. Oh, this is I'm not actually too sure if Albert will have enough time to catch up to Neo and take the position. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. This, I'm assuming, is going to clear Neo's pit. Is he going to have a splash and dash? It doesn't look... He does. So he has a splash and dash, decides against taking tires. Albert is approaching the start-finish line, and Neo is coming out and exiting, entering turn 1. I think this might be it. Neo might have this race in the bag. I don't believe any of our other drivers need to clear their pit stop. We'll pull up the thing now. It does show that Neo has 0 for whatever reason, even though he did just pit and clear it, so we're just gonna ignore that. Looks like Kelly and Brad are the only drivers that have to clear their pits, if it hasn't updated on my end. Nonetheless, Neo is roughly 10 seconds off, or ahead of Mr. Tranqueezy. Definitely Neo with the pit strategy. With the OP strategy right there. The splash and dash. Pull in and give me that liter of fuel and take off. Albert getting very close to Jeff. The battle for P2 will be happening within the next 2 minutes. Neo will jump to him, is just too far out. He clears the 130R, entering the Castillo Triangle. Jeff Kelly and Albert Tranqueezy will go to them, are just managing to clear the 130R, entering the Castillo Triangle now. Barring any other mistake, it looks like Neo is going to have P1 in the back. Jeff Kelly, however, is going to have to defend against Albert Tranqueezy. This being the final lap of the race. We have 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the race. Jeff goes a little bit wide. This is going to cost him a bit of time. Albert not seizing the opportunity enough to close the gap as much as possible. I lied. In the S curves, Jeff Kelly having a little bit of more mistakes. Albert cleaning up his S curves and closing the gap even further, sitting now at a half a second as they enter the Degner curve, turn 9. 8, sorry. Now following turn 9, Albert being very close. Will he make a move heading into the hairpin, turn 11? He goes on the outside. Jeff Kelly covers the inside. Albert not able to secure and make the move happen. Not able to make the move stick. Jeff Kelly successfully defending into the spoon curve. They go, turns 13 and 14. Jeff Kelly just needs to defend this position a tad bit more. Albert looks like he might have the run, has the straight line speed coming out of that corner. as they're side by side heading into the 130R. Jeff Kelly manages to claim the position back though. Brilliant move, but he cannot break. Ah, how unfortunate. What a great battle between these two though. Congrats to Neo though. We'll check him out right here. Our winner for race 1 is Suzuka Circuit. XP1. Albert Tranchisi. Doing celebratory donuts in front of Jeff. Or did a U-turn on Jeff. Great battle between these two drivers right here. 10 out of 10. Driving right here. As we'll zoom out and check out Max, who I believe is next in line to cross the finish line. He comes in at P4. Very nice. Sam Staples is next in 5th position. I know, I agree, Zach, Jeff. No, it was a brilliant fighting up to the end. He probably should have just cut the curve and just taken it, you know, the 1-track warning right there. Sam Staples taking P5. Brad Tarno, he's in P6. Crossing the start-finish line. And I believe Jacob already crossed. Yep, Jacob did cross. Jacob was in P7. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a rough start. It was a nice preseason scrimmage there. Everyone getting back into the groove of things after having our 2 weeks off. Thank you, Trecklicious. Thank you. And thank you for sticking around and lurking and coming back and watching the stream. I bet you're very tired, Neil. 100%. Congrats on the P1 though. Congrats on P1. That splash and dash strategy right there is OP. Well, I guess before I leave, it will be I'll give you guys a heads up on what the next track will be. We'll be heading to my favorite track, Laguna Seca, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be daytime in the rain. It's going to be raining at Laguna Seca. It'll be interesting to see how our drivers handle the rain in such a decently fast technical track. Well, thank you to everyone who stuck around. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Hopefully my voice will be a lot better. I'll be doing little updates here and there to the stream. Nonetheless though, hope to see you guys again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is my life.